How you doing, guys, and welcome to another episode of Analysis. On Saturday, we had the Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. But before we talk about that, we'll look at the undercard. We had Abdullah Mason, and he was fighting Sam Noakes. Now, that was a really good fight. I enjoyed that fight. From the opening bell, they both come out. They were in the centre of the ring. They were locked up, and there was a lot of body punches and head punches. And from in range, in close, it was like just working, hard work. It was a really tough fight. But around the fourth round, it started to get separated, and you started to see who the one with the most skill was, and that was Abdullah Mason. Sam Noakes, tough, determined, wouldn't give up. But I like what Abdullah was doing. He was in close, body work, same as Sam Noakes, both of them put into the body. And Abdullah, he would use an uppercut as well while inside, and also pivot to his right and just come out of danger. While Sam, he just continued to march forward and just putting the pressure on. In the second round, Sam Noakes got dropped, but he's a tough man. He got back up and he came back out and he just carried on where he left off, still putting that pressure on. In the end, it was a win for Abdullah Mason. Benavidez versus Fernando Martinez. Now, with that fight, I just remember the press conference. Martinez was just trying to intimidate and bully Bam. And Bam just stayed calm, just looked at him, and didn't let any of it affect him. And that's exactly how he was in the fight. When they come out, again, similar to the Abdullah Mason fight, but not the same. Yes, Martinez come out and he kept throwing these wild hooks. He just was putting the pressure on and just trying to continue to just pressure Bam. But Bam, again, was good. He made the distance. He used his jab, he used hooks. He just had a more variety of arsenal ready for Martinez. Martinez was quite repetitive in the way that he was attacking. And around the 10th, I don't know if it was I think it was a left hook, I'm not sure. But Bam caught him and he was out. He never recovered from the count. He was out on his back, got up. So yeah, fair play to Bam. He went in there and he delivered. Devin Haney. Now, with this fight, I didn't make a prediction on any of the fights apart from the last one, which we'll go into in a bit. Now, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Now, with this fight, Brian Norman Jr., everybody was saying how he was going to knock Devin Haney out. And if he was the man that people were saying, that's what he would have done. But that didn't happen. And I know that Devin put him down in the second round. And then from there on, it was like using his jab. There was a lot of holding and that. But you've also got to put that onto Brian Norman, because he was supposed to go in there and do a job, as everyone was saying, and that didn't happen. So all I can say to that, really, I thought, I'll give props to Devin Haney. I'm not going to slag him off or anything. I'll give props to him. 3-time world champion, different weights, fair play. David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. I was quite disappointed with this fight. Yes, I picked Yarde to win. I thought Yarde, being a natural light heavy and having the harder punch, so I thought, having the harder punch, I thought he would have used different tactics. But from the opening bell, when he came out, he was just looking to fight on his back foot and point score. And as the fight went on, I started to think, what is the game plan here? And Anthony Yarde, I like him as a fighter. He's powerful. And yes, he's been in with Benavidez and he's been in with Kovalev, and he lost them fights, but I still picked him. I just thought he would put the pressure on him, hit him hard in the early rounds, and try and just deter him. But instead, those flicking jabs and tap to the body and tap to the head just to score points, it did nothing to deter Benavidez. And I think as the fight went on, 4th, 5th round, David Benavidez just lost respect for him, wanted him to fight, and just thought, he's not really bringing much to me. Benavidez, he had fast hands. Yarde, he would go into the corner and stay there, or go on the ropes and stay there, and allow Benavidez to just tee off on him. He didn't try to turn him out of the corners, or I just don't know. I don't know what the game plan was. I thought Tunde would have, when he went back to the corner, I was expecting to see him come out and be a bit different. And I think he did try that. I can't remember what round it was. I think he tried it around, I can't remember the round, but he tried that. And ultimately, I think he left it too late because he hadn't deterred Benavidez, and he continues to do what he's doing and hurt Yarde, put him down in the corner. He got back up. They went again, but it was too much, and the ref stopped it. I honestly don't know what the tactics were, but Benavidez, yeah, he's the winner. Remains champion. But the thing is with Benavidez, he's now his 3rd fight in the light heavy, and everyone was expecting him to be taking on Benavidez or Bivol. I know they've got a rematch to consider, but he's now moved and gone up to fight Zerdo in the cruiserweight. Well, we'll see what happens from there, but that was the weekend reflection. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Peace. I'm out of here.